Have you ever felt weighed down by guilt? It's like carrying a heavy backpack that's constantly filled with stones of regret and self-reproach. Guilt is a common emotion, yet it can be incredibly burdensome, shaping our actions and clouding our mental health. It often acts as a barrier, preventing us from moving forward and experiencing personal growth. In our journey today, we'll explore how Buddhist teachings can provide us relief from this emotional weight. These ancient yet timeless insights encourage us to view guilt not as a pitfall, but as an opportunity for profound, personal transformation. If you could let go of that heavy backpack, you will feel lighter and with more freedom. How liberating would that feel? This is not just about escaping feelings, but transforming them into stepping stones for growth. If you're ready to lift this weight off your shoulders, stay tuned till end as we go into ancient wisdom for modern relief. First step is to begin by acknowledging your guilt without judgment. In the practice of mindfulness, a core teaching of Buddhism, the first step to healing is to simply recognize and accept your emotions. Imagine sitting by a serene river, watching the water flow by. You observe it, you hear it, but you do not try to alter its course. This is how one should approach feelings of guilt. Observe them, understand them, but let them pass without trying to suppress or change them immediately. Why is this acknowledgement so crucial? It's because often feelings of guilt can envelop us, becoming a heavy cloak that dims our experience of life. By acknowledging these feelings, we start the process of lifting this cloak, allowing light to seep in. It's a gentle acceptance, a softening towards oneself that paves the way for deeper healing. Some might argue that to truly atone for our mistakes, we must immerse ourselves in guilt. However, from a Buddhist perspective, wallowing in guilt is not as transformative as accepting it. Acceptance does not mean resignation. It means starting from a place of understanding and compassion towards oneself. It's recognizing that these feelings, like all things, are impermanent. They are passing clouds in our sky. This act of acknowledgement is powerful. It does not magnify the guilt, but disempowers it, stripping it of its overwhelming control. By simply being with our feelings, we learn not to be ruled by them. With our feelings acknowledged, let's dig a little deeper to understand where this guilt comes from. Next lesson is to find the source of guilt. What really triggers your feelings of guilt? It's essential to recognize that guilt can sprout from various soils: past actions, unmet expectations, or the heavy weight of societal pressures. Let's start with past actions. Reflect on moments you wish you could alter, decisions made in haste or words spoken in anger. These memories can stir up a storm of guilt, but understanding that they are part of your life can lead to profound healing. Now consider the expectations you've set for yourself or those imposed by others. Are they realistic? Often, guilt arises not from our failures, but from chasing an ideal that may not align with our true selves. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. No matter how hard you push, it just won't fit. And then there's the influence of societal norms. Society often scripts a narrative of who we should be or how we should act. Deviating from this script can bring about feelings of guilt, as if you're constantly performing on a stage where you never quite get the applause. As you reflect, visualize the source of your guilt. Understanding the source of your guilt is enlightening, but the path to peace involves forgiving ourselves. So our next lesson in journey of getting over guilt is forgiving yourself. Forgiving oneself is not just recommended, it's necessary. In the teachings of Buddhism, self-compassion is a cornerstone, not just a mere suggestion. Embracing this principle means understanding that to err is human. We all stumble, falter, and fall. It's part of our journey. Each action we take is a brushstroke in the grand painting of your life. Not every stroke is precise or perfect, but each contributes to the beauty of the whole. Forgiving yourself is like stepping back to appreciate the painting, not just focusing on the errant strokes. Just as a tree sheds its old leaves to make way for new growth, we must shed our past mistakes through forgiveness. This doesn't mean forgetting them or dismissing the lessons they've taught us. Rather, it's about allowing ourselves to move forward without the heavy burden of past guilt. Self-forgiveness is not an instant act, but a gradual process. It begins small, perhaps with a simple acknowledgement of a mistake, and grows over time into a deep, transformative understanding. This is like a gentle rain washing away the layers of dirt on an old, forgotten path. Each drop of rain represents an act of forgiveness, slowly revealing the way forward, making the path clearer and easier to navigate. With each step of forgiveness, we not only free ourselves but also learn to navigate life's complexities with greater ease and clarity. With forgiveness, our hearts grow lighter. Now let's extend this compassion outward. Next teaching is cultivating compassion. True strength lies in compassion, not just for ourselves but for others. Compassion is like a soothing balm that heals not only the giver, but also the receiver. It's about understanding that everyone is navigating their own struggles, armed with varying degrees of knowledge and resources. When we extend compassion towards others, especially those who may have wronged us, we aren't showing weakness. Rather, we're demonstrating profound strength and maturity. For compassion has a unique reciprocal nature. As you give it, you also receive it. This mutual exchange fosters an environment of understanding and peace, crucial for collective healing. It challenges the oft-held belief that to forgive is to forget or to condone. On the contrary, to forgive through compassion is to rise above, to see the larger picture of human imperfection and the universal need for kindness. In practicing compassion, you're not just healing others, you're healing yourself. You're replacing the heavy stones of guilt with lighter, more graceful stones of understanding and empathy. Compassion leads to acceptance, and acceptance brings us closer to reality. Next lesson is to let go of perfection. Perfection is a myth that binds us. This statement opens the door to a liberating perspective found in Buddhist teachings, which encourage us to embrace the natural flow of life's impermanence and the inherent beauty of our imperfections. In a world that often glorifies the flawless and criticizes the fallible, it's easy to fall into the trap of striving for an unattainable perfection. This pursuit can be exhausting, leaving us feeling inadequate and perpetually behind. Instead, Buddhism offers a different path, one that values the unpredictable and imperfect aspects of life as not just acceptable, but as sources of true beauty and growth. Imagine you are observing a piece of handmade pottery. Each uneven edge, each asymmetrical pattern adds to its unique charm and character. These imperfections are not flaws, they are what make the piece distinctly beautiful. Similarly, our imperfections are not failings to be eradicated, but nuances that contribute to our individuality and humanity. Moreover, the concept of impermanence in Buddhism teaches us that everything is in a constant state of flux. Nothing remains the same, everything changes. By accepting this, we can let go of our rigid expectations and learn to flow more harmoniously with life's inherent unpredictability. This acceptance does not mean lowering our standards or ceasing to strive for improvement. Rather, it means recognizing that the journey is as important as the destination, and that mistakes and missteps are opportunities for learning and growth. Embracing imperfection frees us from unrealistic burdens. Next teaching is to focus on the present. The present is the only moment we truly own. In the whirlwind of life, guilt can often anchor us to a past we cannot change, overshadowing the vibrant reality of the now. Embracing mindfulness offers a liberating perspective, a chance to inhabit the present fully, leaving the weight of yesterday behind. Mindfulness led us to stay in the present. It teaches us to stand tall and free in the immediacy of the moment. Start with something as simple as focusing on your breath. Feel the air as it enters your nostrils, fills your lungs, and gently escapes. This breath is not just a biological function, it is a profound connection to the present. Each inhalation is a new beginning, and each exhalation is a release of the past. Another practical exercise is to engage fully with your environment. Notice the colors around you, the sounds, the textures. Each detail is a thread in the rich tapestry of the now. By immersing yourself in these sensory experiences, you anchor yourself away from past regrets and future anxieties. Remember, the mind might wander, tempted to drift back to bygone errors or jump forward to unknown tomorrows. Gently guide it back with kindness. This is the practice of mindfulness, continuous, compassionate return to the present. Staying present allows us to escape the shackles of past guilt. Releasing guilt is a transformative journey. Letting go of guilt is a journey of mindfulness, self-compassion, and understanding. By applying these Buddhist teachings, you can release your burdens and live a more peaceful life. Thank you for watching. Like and share with others to spread the positivity. Comment below on how you deal with your guilt. And don't forget to subscribe for more tips on personal growth and mindfulness.